Hey, sixth grade, it's Mrs. Crosswhite. I'm just here to walk you through this next part for our lesson. So our endangered animal drawings, we've got sketches, but we need to actually create some final drawings. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to start first with your sketches. Your sketches are really important because they're your ideas, they're your kind of rough drafts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my sketches and I'm going to decide which two views I want to concentrate on. So the two that I want to use for my final are these two right here. I really want to focus on these two. So I'm not going to worry about these other ones. So what I'm going to do is turn to a clean page in my sketchbook. And if you have to, you can, if you've already submitted your sketches, tear out your sketches. That way you can kind of look at your fresh paper with your sketches, because as you see, I'm doing two. It makes it a little bit easier. So the next part is you have to figure out how you're going to orient your paper, because I have one that is going horizontal and one that is going vertical. I need them both to fit on the one page. Now, if something happens to one of your drawings and you have to do one on one page, one on the other, you will not be penalized for that, but we want to try to keep them on one page. The other thing you're going to need is a ruler. So the rectangles you make for your drawings on your paper are going to be 4 by 6. So I'm going to come down a little bit and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is going to be the rectangle that is tall. So 4 by 6. So next I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4. And then same thing at the top. So I have that first rectangle. Now, yours can be both horizontal, both vertical. It's completely up to you. We're going to stick with a 4 by 6 measurement just so we're pretty consistent. And I'm going to orient my next one over here. So again, 4 by 6. And if you are a little bit like me, where you like things to be very square and angular, you can find something around your house to give you a really nice 90-degree angle, so you don't end up with a rectangle or a square that's like crooked. So for example, this pencil box has a good 90-degree angle, so I can start my corner. So if you're like me, you're a little particular about those things. You just need to kind of get a little creative and find things around to help you. Now, if yours are both vertical, you could definitely fit them here. If they're both horizontal, you might have to kind of put them one against the other. So just be ready if they're both vertical, because that one can get you a little tricky. Of course, I have to fix that because that came out a little bit crooked. All right. And there we go. Now, these are the boxes that I'm going to work in for my final drawing. So you want to make sure you're keeping this page pretty clean and crisp, because this is a final, whereas, you know, our sketches are a little bit more rough. So it's not a big deal how they quite go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start drawing with pencil first to get the general idea of what I need on my paper. Now, you guys already should have done the colored pencil techniques in your sketchbook, and the colored pencil techniques looks like this. We're actually going to combine the two things. So this is going to be a colored pencil drawing, and I know I said last week you could do this kind of as a painting as well, which is why I threw in the watercolor technique. So if you want to do that too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start my drawing. If you want to see the time lapse of me doing my drawing, that's on the next slide.